In this 15-minute video, you are going to learn everything you need to get started with AutoCAD. Whether you are learning AutoCAD for architecture, civil engineering, or electrical engineering, this tutorial is the perfect place to begin. You don't need any prior knowledge, and even if you have some basics, I will help you fill in the gaps by teaching you everything from scratch. We will begin with an introduction to the AutoCAD user interface, then we will jump straight into creating precise drawings using key tools like the line, arc, circles, rectangles, ellipse, hearts, and more. After that, I will show you how to navigate efficiently using just your mouse. Then we will explore different selection methods. Then we will look at essential precision tools like orthomode, object snaps, and more. After that, you will learn how to modify your drawings using tools like the move, copy, erase, trim, fillet, mirror, scale, stretch, and more. Then we will dive into managing your drawing using layers, including some helpful tricks. We'll also cover blocks, which are pre-made drawing symbols like the roads and manholes for civil, pilot lights and transformers for electrical, and cars, trees, beds, doors, and windows for architecture. I will show you how to import and use them effectively in your project. Finally, we will put everything you've learned into a full project and plot it as a PDF. Let's get started. After you open your AutoCAD, you will see this welcome screen. To start your own drawing, simply come here and click on this new. Then your file will open with this user interface. The file will be named drawing1, as you can see here, and up here at the title bar as well. Now, the first thing you will notice is this cursor. This is called crosshair in AutoCAD, and you use it to pick tools on your ribbon. This is the ribbon where all your tools are located, and they are divided into multiple tabs. Come back to the Home tab. Each tab is divided into a panel which share a common purpose. Now let's start by drawing a line, which is the first command on the draw panel on the ribbon. Select line. Click anywhere in the drawing area. I will click somewhere here. I will point to this direction. I get this tracking vector, which is for polar tracking. This one, if I turn it off, I won't be getting anything. And as you can see, I'm getting a guide that's giving me a sense of how large my line is and at what angle, which is all possible because of dynamic input. This one, if I turn it off, I won't be seeing anything. So I'll turn it back on. And if you don't see it here, come to this customization, click it, come up and make sure dynamic input is checked. Now click it. Now I want to draw a line perfectly vertical. For that, I will turn on orthomode, point to a direction, and I will give a distance of 600, and then I will press enter. Now I will point downward and type 400, and then I will press enter. And then to end the command, I can simply press enter on my keyboard. Now if I decide I want that line again, I can come up here and select line again, or simply press enter on my keyboard to repeat the line command. So I want to continue from here. If I eyeball it and just click and come this way and give 600, and then I'll press enter. I will press enter again. Using my mouse wheel to scroll in, I can see those points didn't meet. To make them perfectly meet and align, you have to use the object snap, which is this one. So make sure it is turned on and click the arrow beside it and check these 6 icons, including the intersection. Now click there. Now to erase it, now I want to erase this line. And to do that, you can simply click on it. There is erase and erase it. Now select the line again. I will get this marker which says endpoint. Now if I click and come this way, I will press my wheel to pan around, which you can zoom and pan even while you are in a command. So I will zoom in a little, and let's say I forgot the distance I've imputed here. To do that, I can come here and track for like 3 seconds, and then I will point downwards, and then I'll get this intersection marker. I will just click, point to this direction, and then click on this endpoint. Now the line will continue to draw. Simply press enter to end the command. That tracking is only possible because of this snap tracking. Don't worry if you are not getting it right. we have a lot of commands to look at. Now let's go on to the one that's giving even the experienced users a hard time. I will pan this way. There is arc. If I click on arc, which is a 3-point arc, if I click here, I have to turn off my auto mode. I click to a second point and then I'll click to a third point. I'll get this nice arc. What most users forget is that by default, AutoCAD draws arcs counterclockwise. I will show you why. Come here and click on this down arrow, which means there is more tools than we are seeing to draw an arc. Click it, you can see 10 more tools, just like it's in the cycle. You can see 6 more tools. Click this drop down. Select the first one, which is start, center, and end. Click it. Click a point, which is where you want to start, and then you can turn on auto mode to have a straight line. Where do you want to center it? You just click. Now turn off the auto mode. What people tend to forget is arcs are drawn counterclockwise from the point you've picked. This is my first point. So I can come to any angle I want and just click, or if I want like a hint, like a swing of the door, I can just turn on my auto to have a perfect 90-degree angle and just click and I have this arc. However, if I click the drop down and select it again, instead of starting here, if I click to start here and then I click to center here, I will pan a little. If I turn off the auto mode, you can see I start here, so the arc started there counterclockwise to any direction I want. I will just point here. Let me turn up polar tracking, point upward to get a nice 90 degrees and just click. Now I get an arc. I will zoom back a little and pan. Now, as we all know, arcs are cycles of less than 360 degrees. So let's draw a cycle. There is a cycle, just click it. Click anywhere in your drawing area and then type the radius. I'll try to give a radius of 100 and then I'll press enter. It's that simple. Now click the drop down. Instead of center radius, select center diameter. If I click and point a direction and type 100, of course it will be smaller than this one because it's only a half of this. So I will press enter. Now you know about lines, cycles, and arcs. What is this polyline? Polyline draws a single connected object. Select polyline, click anywhere in the drawing area, and make sure polar tracking or auto mode is turned on. Just point to a direction, give a distance. I will try 300 and then press enter. Point downwards 200, press enter. Point this way, you can track. Once I see that mark, intersection mark, I will just click. And for the last part, I can simply come down here and click on close to close the shape. Now this is done with a line. If I hover over it, you can see line. However, if I hover over this one, you will see polyline on the tooltip. Now these are all separate objects. By clicking on them, to deselect, simply press escape on your keyboard. However, if I select this one, you can see it's just one object. Press the escape key. That's one of the many reasons. I will show you another reason. Select polyline again. Click once, point to a direction. This time I don't care much about the values. I will just click, and down here I will select arc and then point to a direction by making sure it is on 90 degrees, and I will just click. It will continue to draw another arcs. If I want to go back to line, I can come here and click on line, and then I will come back to line. Come over here to track for some seconds, point downwards and click. To close it, click on here to close. Now if I click it, it is all one object including an arc. The last difference between them, if I double click a line, I will just get a quick properties. I will click on here to close that and press escape to deselect. However, if I double click a polyline, I will get a more option to modify them. The most common one is the width option. If you select width, you can give it a thickness. Maybe I will try 20 and then I'll press enter. Press the escape key. It has that property. Now I will zoom back a little. Now to draw a rectangle or a square, there is a rectangle. Click on it. You just click two diagonal points. If you click, point to another direction and then you click. But that's not precise. To do it precisely, you can click the rectangle, click once in the drawing area, give your distance. You always start with the horizontal distance first. So for the horizontal, I will type 300 and then you press the tab key on your keyboard and type 100 and then press enter and then you get this rectangle. We use line to draw this one. We use polyline to draw this. However, if you hover over this one, you will see it is a polyline. That's because a rectangle is just an easy way to draw a polyline, meaning it's an easy way to draw 4 lines at one time. Now to draw a line at an angle, simply select line, click once, come to the polar tracking, click the arrow beside it and set an increment angle of 30 degrees. Click it once, meaning once you see the tracking vector, you will be at 30 degrees, at 60, at 90, at 120, and so on. Now point at 30 degrees and type a value of 600 and then press enter. Press enter again to end that command. To draw a vertical line, select it, click once somewhere close, point downward and just type somewhere like 500 and press enter again. Now I will pan a little, and when you are panning, you are just moving the drawing area. To move the object, there is the move tool. If you select the move, it will prompt us to select our object. Now if I select this rectangle and then press enter, it will ask for a base point, and the main objective of a base point is accuracy. If I come here and hover over here, I will see a midpoint, which is all possible because of snap. Midpoint is checked. If I uncheck this and click away and come back, I won't be getting midpoint. If I come back and check it, I'll get a triangle with a dot tip midpoint. So click it and drop it to this midpoint. Maybe that's what you want. If that isn't what you want, select move again, select your object, press enter, pick any point, not necessarily a midpoint, maybe even somewhere like here, and move it with reference to that point and drop it somewhere. Now to make a copy, just like move, you will just select copy, select the object, press enter, pick a base point anywhere, click and drop it wherever you want. Once you are done, you can simply press the enter key with the original object as a shadow highlighted blue. So I'll press and enter to end that command. Now if you don't want an object, you want it completely gone, you can simply select it. Else I will press escape to deselect it. There is the erase tool. Select erase, select the object you want to erase, and then press the enter key and then it's gone. Or you can select it, select erase, it will still be gone. However, sometimes you will run into a case that you only want a portion of something to be gone. For that, I will select line, I will click here and make sure it covers these two rectangles, and then I'll press enter. And let's say you don't want the line inside this rectangle and the line inside this rectangle. To do that, you can't use erase and press enter. Simply come up here on the quick access toolbar and click on the undo here. Select trim, click it once. If it shows you select object, select all, simply press enter on your keyboard and select this line and this line, and it will trim those lines. To end the command, simply press enter. However, sometimes you want to extend a line. Now let's say I want to extend the line to touch here. It's a beginner error to try to click on endpoint and try to snap it to here. What you do instead is press the escape key, click the arrow beside trim, you will get this flyout. Select extend, and if it prompts you to select object, simply press enter on your keyboard. Hover over the edge you want to extend, it will extend to that boundary. Click it again, it will extend to another boundary. Again, it will extend. Again, it will extend, but if you try to extend it again, it will not, because it doesn't have any more boundary to extend to. However, to end the command, if I press the enter key and draw a line here and select the extend and extend it, it will extend because it got this boundary. Try to extend again, it will not, because there is no more boundary. You can switch between extend and trim by holding down the shift key on your keyboard. If I hold down my shift key while I'm in the extend, I can trim. If I let go of the shift key and try to extend, it will extend the line. Hold the shift key, switch to trim, and continue trimming. And that's it. Press enter on your keyboard. Now there is a command that combines trim, extend, and arc, which is the fillet command. If I select fillet and select the radius and give a radius of 30, and then I press enter, if I select this line and this line, I will get a nice arc at the intersection. If I click on this undo, if I select the fillet again and make the radius to be 0, and then I press enter, if I select the line, I select this one, I will get a neat intersection. If you select the fillet, as you've noticed, I'm coming back and selecting fillet multiple times, so you can select this multiple option to do more fillets in one command. So I select multiple, I will select radius and give a radius of 30, and then I'll press enter. I can select two intersecting lines to apply a nice curve at the intersection, just as here and here, here and here as well. And I can change the radius to even bigger value, like 70, and then I'll press enter. I can do it here as well. Even with the intersection of 70, if you hold on your shift key and select this line, you will get this intersection, but you will lose the remaining. That's another topic. I'll just click on undo, and if you want to do it to all edges at one time, you can select the polyline option and then select the polyline, and you will get them all at once. And press the enter. Now sometimes copying alone isn't enough. I will pan a little to compare with the tools we've learned. If you select extend, you can extend this line to touch here. Now if I press the escape key to deselect that, now basically there are three selection methods in AutoCAD. The first one is you manually pick objects. I'll press the escape key to deselect them. The second one is if you click once and you get this window selection, and you make sure everything is fully within it, and then it will get selected. If it is not fully inside, it will not be selected. And then the third one is a crossing selection, which you are most familiar with in File Explorer. If you click once, you just touch an object and it will get selected. Just slight touch and it will get selected. And unlike most applications, AutoCAD adds to the selection. You can see I keep on selecting and they didn't get deselected. So I will just select the last one to select everything. Now press the escape key, select this one and right click and erase it. Let's make another unique copy. Now select this line and this line. Select mirror, click on this line, point downwards, make sure your polar tracking or auto mode is on. You are at 90 degrees or 270 and just click. It will ask you to erase the source object after you mirror it, or no to keep them both. I will select no to keep them both. And this isn't exactly at the middle. To move it, you can select the object, select move, and hover over the circumference of the cycle, you will get this center mark. If I select the center and click it here, top of the house, you can select it, select move, click anywhere, make sure I'm at 270 or 90 degrees, point downward and just click. Now if I select line, I can click this endpoint to this endpoint and then I'll press enter. Sometimes you only need half of an object to draw it. if the object is symmetric. This is a really handy tool from mirroring this tiny house to mirroring even human beings, because we are symmetry in nature. What's on left is on our right, except our heart. We only have one. To mirroring floor plans. Now, a tool which makes AutoCAD a more convenient drawing environment is the offset command, which is this one. If I click on the offset, it will ask you for the offset distance. I will type 200 and then I'll press enter. Now if I select this line and point it outward, it will make a copy at an interval of 200. All you have to do is just click. You select an object, you point it to a direction, and you just click. Not just vertical lines, even the ones at an angle. Not just that, even polylines, even arcs, and even cycles. Even this one. And you can continue making copies however you want. Now press the enter key. Now if you make an object like this and you want to make it longer or smaller, then you have to use the stretch command, which is this one. You just click it, and the biggest mistake users make, even when I was learning, is using a window selection to select the object. If you click once and select it like this, it won't even get selected. What you do instead is use the crossing selection. So you click once using the green dotted selection window and select the points, and make sure the points you want to stretch are within the area, within the selection area, and just click. Now just press enter and just pick a base point. You can shorten it or you can stretch it. For a line, you don't have to use stretch. You can simply select a line, come over to this grid, select lengthen, and just add the length of your line. Press the escape key. However, to stretch an arc or cycle, you can't do that. A stretch cycle is known as ellipse. There is ellipse. Click this drop down and select the center ellipse. Select the center, select an endpoint, then select the other axis endpoint, and that's it. Or you can use the axis end method. Select it, come here, click on this midpoint as the first axis, select this as the second end axis, then click here. You will get something like this. Now this is stretching, which is different from scaling. This is just on one axis, but if you want to do it uniformly on all axes, you should use scale, which is this one. Select scale, select your object, and then press enter. All you have to do is just pick a base point and give a scale factor. Let's say I want it twice as large as it was. I'll just type 2 and then press enter. Maybe I don't want that. I will just click on the undo, select scale again, select my object, press enter, click, and then make it twice as small, which is 0.5, and then I'll press enter. It will be scaled like this. However, if you don't want to move it from where it is, let's say you don't want to lose it from here, you can undo, select your scale, select your object, press enter, and select this midpoint as the base point. If you notice, all the modified tools, most of them are likely to ask you to select an object, and after you select, they will ask you for a base point. So select here as the base point, give a scale factor of any number. You want it 3 times as large, it will increase, but with reference to here. I don't want to go deep into all of them. The last tool I want to show you is, first let me make a copy of this. I will select it and click on copy and copy it to different location. Now there is hatch. If I select hatch, there is solid. If I select solid and click inside, the line will appear like that. To close it, simply press enter on your keyboard or click on this close here. Now if I select the hatch again, I click on this scroll bar to get a full list of them. You can scroll. There are a lot of them. Scroll around and find this R, click it, and try to click Don't click, just hover. You can see a preview. It will give you a preview of how it will look. If this is okay for you, you can just click. Else, if it is too tiny or too large for you, like here, you can see the scale is 1. If I change it to 4, I come here, you can see it enlarges. So I'll just click here and click on close. Now this is up, this is soil. Select it again, click on this drop down, look for sand. For this architectural hedge bone here, select this one. Try to click here, you can see it's not even showing because the scale is too large. Take it back down to 1 and then press enter. Take it down to maybe 0.2, press enter. You can see it, click it inside, close. Lastly, select parts, look for a different material, maybe something like ANSI tattoo, maybe something like steel or hards block or something. You can see they are too tiny. So let's try 1, press enter, click inside, and then you get this. Now close it. A shape is a shape until you put a heart, it then becomes that material. Now a specific tool is given the task to help you organize all of this, which is layers. Come here and click on layer property to create layers. You just click on this icon, it says new layer, click it and give it a name. Maybe give architectural, press enter to make another layer, press enter again, give it a name. Maybe say electrical, press enter again. Maybe say text, press enter, call it civil, and then press enter. Now the most obvious control of a layer is color, so let's just give color. We'll come back to all this in another video. Make sure you are on the architectural row, click on this color and select red, and then click on OK. For electrical, give them cyan, and for text, give them maybe blue, and lastly for civil, give them maybe magenta, and then click on OK. Now to close this, click on here. Now what you do is with this is to help you organize your drawing. Now I will pan a little, and there are symbols in AutoCAD hidden which are meant to help you. You can find them on the View tab. On the Palettes panel, there is Tool Palette. If you click it, you will get this small palette. If you come here and right click, select all palettes, you can see all of them. You can go ahead and explore them, but let me show you what they do. For civil, click on civil, come to the home tab. Let's start with civil. Make sure civil is your current layer. You can see it here. It's divided into 2. We have the imperial inches and the metric. These tools are meant to help your productivity in AutoCAD. You don't have to draw them every time. For instance, you can select this road. You just click it once. It's quite big, and just drop it. Now if you click the road, you can use this grip to elongate it. This one to elongate it this side. As well, select this one and reduce the width of the road. Press the escape key or select it. If you see this one, meaning there is a visibility, there is more to this block that we are not seeing. If you click it, change state, you will have this double lane. Select the two, you have something like this. Select one, you will have something like this. I will leave it at 2. Now if you select this road intersection, try to drop it somewhere like here, just like this one. If you select it, you can elongate it or reduce it. However, just like this, it has grips. Click on this grip. Maybe it's 2-way corner, maybe it's 3-way. And how you do it is you just click. Let's say I want to join these two. Just select them, give them to a specific distance, and just drop them. However, I will figure it out and just use them. I'm not a civil engineer. just like that. Maybe a manhole on the road, you can click it and drop it inside, click it, let it side. You can see it has some preset sizes. Just click the size you want, use this grip to take it inside. Now that's all for civil. You can explore them further, and maybe let me see this one for the last one. If I click it and try to import it here, it is an attribute. Once you see something like this, you can either change the value. Let me click on OK. It's too tiny. It's this one. You can double click it to change the value. You are prompted for station value, so you can give a number. Maybe they want you to input 11 plus 11, maybe something like this. Click on apply and click on OK, and then you can make a bunch of copy of it everywhere in your drawing. Now let's go to the electrical. You can click on here where they are stacked and select electrical. I'll zoom back a little, maybe select an object, click it inside. It also has attributes. You can change it here, or if you don't understand it for the first time, simply double click it of the attribute. For the terminal one, you can select it, change the value to 4. You will see it instantly changing. For the second one, maybe 800. Just click on OK. You can make copy of it as well. Maybe this one you want, click it, it has attribute. By now you know it. And what I haven't covered for electrical is if you click on this drop down for more tools on the draw panel, click on this push pin, because if you come in, they will go away. So click it, click on this push pin so that they will be docked. You have 2 set of objects to draw a curve line. If you select the first one, it says spline fit. You just click a point. Once you are done, just press enter. You will get a nice spline to draw your wares. The second one is all the same thing. It's just instead of picking a specific point, you are just picking control vertices. So click where you want, press enter. You can switch between them by clicking. You will see this visibility. You can switch to control, which you will see this grid, which you can click and control them precisely, because these are intelligent curves. I'll press the escape key. For electrical, these are on the wrong layer because these are electrical which are cyan. I give them a cyan color. So select them all, click on this drop down, select electrical, press the escape key. Now they are on the electrical layer, but as you can see they are too tiny. Let's enlarge them by using scale. Select scale. This is just a scale, please. It's not for precision. So I will select and give a scale. Let me enlarge them by 100 and see how big they will get. Wow, there they are. Let me scale them again. We want to see them quite alright. Yeah, let me move them close. Maybe somewhere like it. And lastly, for architectural, the best practice is to first change your layer to architectural, to whatever layer. Click on here where they are stacked, and then you will see architectural. This one are for inches, these ones are for the millimeters. For your window, select a window, drop it inside. You can see it has some predefined distances from 300 I believe to 1500. Select the door, bring it inside. It is opened at 30 degrees. If you click inside the visibility, open it by 90, it will open like this. And then click on this arrow. You can change the width of the door, just like the window. The highest is 1000, and you can click on this arrow to flip the door whichever side you want. And then for there are trees. If you select this tree and break it in, select it, click the visibility, there is more to it. You have this kind of tree, you have this one, I believe, and this one. You have many more to explore. There is a vehicle, a car. You can bring it in, select it, click on the drop down. This is a top view, click, and you have a lot of cars to look around. Now there is more, you can go ahead and explore them. However, where does all of this come? They come from Design Center. Come back to the View tab. Initially we went here, but if you come here, there is Design Center. Click it, click on the Home icon, enter ANUS. There is Dynamic Blocks. You can see we enter several blocks and we've imported this intersection road and a road. Now click on this up icon to go back. We've entered architectural, metric, and imported a car, a window, and a door. Remember, if I go up, this is where it started. These are what you see on tool palettes. However, because they are frequently used, for every building you must have a window and a door. That's why they are taken to the tool palette. It's not on all floor plans you will have a bed or a sink. So click on Design Center and there are more files. These are regular DWG AutoCAD files, which if you list them, you can see them. They are regular DWG files. Click, select large. Let's enter house and see what's here. Enter block. I will pan a little, pan this, and then you can see you have a bathtub, you have a sink, you have a lot of things. Now we go up again. Let's enter home space planner. Enter, you have a bed, you have a sofa, even a piano with some tree you never use. Can go up again. Maybe go to landscape, you will find a lot of blocks you'll use. Maybe the north arrow, maybe this kind of a tree. Then go up again, and maybe for electrical, go to blocks. Make sure you're on the electrical layer. There they are. And transformer, you can click it. You have to click it and drag it inside. It's too tiny because we've scaled these ones. That's why they are too big. By the way, you should never scale anything because they are ready to scale. You don't have to scale them. It is us. It is. I don't want to take the blame, but it is me that didn't make a precise drawing. So feel free to explore them. And let's look at text and maybe do something meaningful. Before we move on to text, if you click on the drop down for architectural, if you click on this icon, they will be gone, but they are not deleted. You just turn their visibility off. If you turn it back on, they will be back. Turn it off for the civil, turn it off again, they will all be gone. For electrical, it is the current layer. It will warn us for trying to turn off a current layer. Yeah, no problem. Turn off. This one will be gone as well. So to pull all what we've learned into practice, let's first save our drawing by coming up here, because as we can see, it is still our drawing one. Select save. Give it AutoCAD tutorial, whatever you like to call it. Click on save. And then let's set our units by typing UN on the keyboard, and we get this dialog box. Or come to the application menu, drawing utilities, units. Let's use millimeters. For the precision, I want 0 millimeters. Don't change anything. The default are normally enough. Now make sure you're on layer 0. Select rectangle. Click once. And let's make something like a toilet of a size 1500. Press the tab key. 1500. Press enter. Select offset. Give an offset of the wall 230. Press enter. Select this line for an outward and click. Press the escape key. Now, initially we've drawn a rectangle here, which is a polyline. There is this tool explode, which explodes a polyline back to simple lines. Now if you hover over this, it will tell you they are polyline. If you click it, they are single object. you can explode them. Select explode here, select the rectangle, press enter. Now they are individual lines. So select offset and give a distance of 230. Yeah, it's okay. Click it, point it this direction and click, press the escape. Now select extend this line this way, press the enter key. Now select offset, we want to make a door opening and give a distance of 600 and then press enter. Select this line, point it to this direction and click, press the escape key. Now click here and select trim this portion of the line and this portion of the line, this one and this one as well. Now select our arc, click here and select the start, center, end. Make sure you're at 90 degrees. However, I want the door to be flipping this side. So let me click it again. I want it to start here, to center here, and to end here. But you can see the arc is in the opposite direction. So I'll just hold on the control key on my keyboard to flip the arc and just click. Now select rectangle, click once, come here, point to this direction and type 50. Press the tab key and type 600 and then press enter. Now let's just import the toilet. All the blocks we've imported, you can find them here on the insert under the block panel. Click on this insert drop down. You can see them all here. If we can find a toilet, we haven't imported a toilet, press the escape key. Come to the view tab on the tool palette, architectural. There is toilet. Just make sure you are on architectural layer. You can turn them back on. Make sure you're on the architectural layer. Select toilet. Bring it inside. Close this palette. Select it. You want a top view, a plan view, which is this one. Press the escape key. Now we haven't touched on rotate. Rotate is just a simple process. If you want to rotate your object, you first select the rotate command. Select the object, press enter. You just pick a base point and point to a direction. Pick and point up and click. Click on this grip and take the toilet somewhere close. Now to make a text, because texts are more important than dimensions, click on this drop down here on the annotation panel, or come to the annotate and click on the drop down. Same thing. Let's stay on the home tab. Click on this drop down and select single line. You just click once and you will see the text height, which is currently 3. But this line, you can tell from here 3 will be something as tiny as this, which we can't even see. The text should be around 300 height. So we'll just type 300 and then press enter. For the rotation, type 0 and press enter. And just type toilet. Press the enter key. Press the enter key again to end that command. You can select the text, click on this grid to bring it close. We did it on the architectural layer. So take it to the text layer. Press the escape key. Now to hatch this, you can simply go back to the 0 layer, select hatch. Let's hatch it solid. Click on here, select this color, this one, and click inside here. You'll get this nice hatch. So close the hatch and let's quickly upload it to a PDF if we can. Make sure to save your drawing first. There is plot. Click on it. If you are civil engineering, I'm terribly sorry for messing up your road. I didn't mean that. Select plot. Click on this drop down. Select DWG to PDF. This guy is our plot. What is currently displayed, what we want to see. Select window and select only this toilet. Make sure it is centered, and if we can preview it, you can see it will be something like this. So right click and exit, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And just click on OK. PDF, yeah, click on save to save that, and in a short moment it will open like this. However, if you want to see all what we've done, you can simply close it, select plot again, select DWG to PDF, select window, and select everything so that you can preview it. You can see the tiny bits. Right click to exit the preview and then center the plot. You can see this space is wastage. Let's preview that. This space is not put into good use, so right click and exit. Click on this landscape to rotate the whole drawing. You can preview it. You can see it will be something like this. Let's refine the window because we are losing a lot of space. So I rather click close, make sure everything is somehow like this so that all of them will be inside. And then if you preview it, you will see it colored, everything is appearing. Right click to exit. If you want it in black, you can click on this plot, style table and select monochrome. You select no. And if you preview it, everything will be black, but I don't want that. So I will click here and select cut. However, if you want it colored, if you want it monochrome, you can select monochrome. Now click on OK and click and add all drawing. Save it however you want. Is the name of the PDF. And in a short moment, it will open like this. What I want to show you is if you come here on your PDF reader, you can turn off whatever we draw on layer 0. You can turn off the electrical. This one is architectural. You can turn it off. For the civil as well, you can turn it off. If you zoom, you can't even see the thread here. You can turn off the thread and you can turn them all back on. This is the beauty of layers. And don't forget to save your drawing again. And see you in another tutorial. Close AutoCAD.